Hello and welcome to MCC UK.
Yes, hello everyone.
So looks like I'm hosting tonight. So sorry we're a bit late. DS Models down below is having a few technical issues. So if you don't hear, we can hear him. He just cannot hear us. So he's gonna be just the hands down below, but he'll probably still be chattering away.
Yeah.
So how are you? How are you, Horlixs?
Yeah, not too bad. Yeah, same old. Yeah, just I'm looking forward to doing some more of this train tonight. Yeah, it's a good spot from you on that because for £3 or whatever it is, they're really good.
Yeah. There's no Geordie tonight. Well, he's going to come in at the end of the show. He's having internet problems as well, and Danno is working, so it's yeah. Why do we get the technical difficulties?
Yeah.
Do you want to do the chat, Horlixs?
Yeah, I can do. So I was just messaging my. Yeah. So first we've got Athel in. Someone cannot do their sums live in 5 hours, it states, and as I type, it's 1300 hours, 1 o'clock, which means it's starting at 6. That's a bit weird. Must be to do with the daylight savings or something. I don't know. But Athel says, good evening, Horlixs and crew.
Hi, Athel.
D. Harris says, evening to Mark.
Evening, D.
Evening, D. Geordie Dave says, evening to everyone.
Evening, Geordie.
Athel says, evening, Geordie Dave, Danno, Mark, and the ladies.
Hi, Athel.
Hi, Athel. Mark's Hobbies says, hi, one and all.
Hi, Mark's Hobbies.
D. Harris says, evening to Mark's Hobbies. Ed Hughes says, evening, Mark, D, and Mark's Hobbies.
Hi, Ed.
Hi, Ed. Yeah. Geordie Dave says, hi, Horlixs, Mark, and Dave. Hi, Geordie.
Hi, Geordie.
Mark's Hobbies says, hi to D. Mark's Hobbies says, hi, Ed. D. Harris says, evening, Ed. Geordie Dave says, give us a few moments as we're having technical issues.
Yeah, I put that in just to let everybody know.
Oh, Dave's having problems. All my USB devices keep flicking on and off. It's just...
I'm the only one that's not having technical problems tonight.
No. D says, not alive without technical issues. Yeah. Crafty Chris says, good evening, everyone. Hi, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Oh, yeah. Geordie Dave says, hi to Chris. Dave Builds says, good evening, Mark, Horlixs, and Sir Dave.
Hi, Dave Mac.
Hi, Dave Matt. Yeah. Athel says, Dave say, good evening. Oh, he's jumping. Dave Mack says, evening to D, Mark's Hobbies, and Ed. Athel says, evening, D. Geordie Dave says, hi to D. D says, and a good evening, Alex and Sir Dave. Geordie Dave says, hi, Athel. Athel says, evening, Mark's Hobbies. D says, Dave Matt Builds, good evening, sir. D says, Mark, don't jinx yourself. No. Ed says, hey, Dave Matt Builds. Athel says, evening to Chris. D says, a good evening to Chris. D says, evening to Athel. Geordie Dave says, hi to Dave Mack. And D Harris says, good evening to Geordie.
Fantastic.
And there we go for the moment.
Okay, so if we want to go cameras down, and then I'll go around everybody. What I'm going to do, if Davey's managing to watch this on his TV, once his camera comes up to full picture, he could unmute and then let everybody know what he's doing. So let me go cameras down. Okay, so I'll go to Dave first. So hope this works.
He's muted.
Yeah, I know. There's a lag. Yeah. Okay, so he's doing the AAC.
Okay, so I'm unmuted.
Yeah, there's a lag. Yeah. Okay, so he's doing the AAC.
I'm doing the. Okay, so I'm unmuted. Yeah.
There's a lag. Yeah.
Sorry. Sorry, there is a lag. Yeah. Let me just turn my telly down because we're getting feedback. So right, technical issues. Don't you love them? So yeah, I'm having a go at this tonight. I'm having a go at this open top B bus. So I'm having a go at this again. I can't hear the crew unless I turn my television up. So, but I don't want to get feedback, so I've just turned my television down. So I do apologise. I've tried everything on my computer. I think I'm going to have to give it an update because I haven't been on it since last week. I know that's naughty. You should go on fairly regular, but I've been very, very busy at home, as you know, and doing this, that, and the other. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to have a go at this tonight. I'm going to try and put some rails on it here, there, and everywhere. I'll be quietly in the background, and I have to obviously mute if I have to do anything. And there is a slight delay as well. So anyway, that's me. I'm going to be working on this.
Okay, Dave. Right, Horlixs, are you ready?
If my USB devices don't shut off again, yeah.
Yeah, right, there we go.
Right, so I'm going to be probably not finishing, but carrying on with this this lovely little cute wooden train model I was doing last week. So yeah, that's all gone nice and rock solid because I glued everything last week. So yeah, I'm going to be carrying on with that, and yeah, so
Fantastic. I do love it. For what you get. Yeah, it's amazing. So myself, I'm doing a little bit of work on the Enterprise D. If you saw last week's video, there really should be a light at the back of here for a torpedo launcher. So I'm currently adding that to this. That's what I've been working on. And then I want to test the lights as well. And then if I get time, I'm going to do a little bit of light blocking around these corners here because the light's shining through. So that's what I'll be working on tonight.
lovely.
Okay.
Cool. Well, I'll catch up a bit more chat because that's gone mad. We've got some new, well, not new, but we've got some more people in. So Mark's Hobby says hi, Athel and Dave and Mac. And then we've got Ian in. Very good evening, folks. Hi, Ian. How are you?
Hi, Ian.
Nice to see you. To see you nice. Stephen Haynes Model says hi, Mark, Horlixs and Dave. That's a point, actually. I'm going to message you, Ian, at some point. Stephen Haynes Model says hi to Steve Harris. Stephen Haynes says hi, Mark's Hobbies. Stephen says hi to Ed Hughes. Geordie Dave says Gillian says hi to everyone. Sorry she can't comment as her internet is off. Yeah, no worries.
Hi, Gillian.
Hi, Gillian. Yeah, I hope you can you get back online real soon. Dave Mac Builds says hi, Stephen Haynes Models. Stephen says hi to Dave Mac Builds. We've got Sophie in saying hi, everyone. Hi, Sophie.
Hi, Sophie.
Panzer Cat says meow.
Hi, Panzer.
Hi, Panzer. Stephen says hi, Panzer Cat. Ed Hughes says hi, Stephen Haynes Models. Geordie Dave says hi to Ian. Panzer says hi to Stephen. D says Stephen, good evening, sir. Dave Mack says hi, Panzer, meow. D says evening to Panzer. Ian says, hey, Geordie, trust all is well. Say hi to Gillian for him. Panzer says hi to D. Athel says, so presume your TV does not have headphones jack to plug them into, Dave, or you could override the speech. Yeah, I think that's what he's just started to do, actually. And then, but there's a bit of a lag from watching it back on the telly. Panzer says hi, Mark's Mods and Panel.
Hi, Panzer.
Athel says hi, Sophie. Sophie says hi to Athel. Panzer says hi, Dave Matt. Geordie says everything okay, and Julian says hi, Ian. Dave Matt says hi, Athel and Ian Campbell. Ian says ta. The Owl. Hi, everyone from Buenos Aires, Argentina.
Hello, Owl.
Hello.
Owl.
Hello, the Owl.
Mm.
Ethel says hi to Ian Stephen Haynes. Ed says, hey, Ian, how are you doing? How are you and Ju getting on? Feeling better, I hope. Ian says hi to Ed. Dee says, the Owl, evening and welcome. Ethel says hi to Gillian. Stop using foreign money in the meter. Stephen says hi, Sophie. Ian says, Ed Hughes, Jew is better. I'm on antibiotics for an ear infection. Oh, they're the worst. Yeah, I hate ear infections because it affects your sleep and everything, doesn't it? The Owl says thank you. Ethel says hi, pretty cat, meow. Stephen says hi, the Owl. Ian says evening, Sir D. Dave Matt says good evening, the Owl. Dave Matt says hi to Sophie. Panzer says evening to Owl. Geordie Dave says hi, Sophie. Panzer, it's Stephen. Ed says, Ian Campbell, hope you get better soon. Ethel says evening to Dave Matt. Geordie says hi to Ed. Stephen Haynes says hi to Ethel. Ian says, thanks, Ed. As soon as I am, we'll sort Silverstone. Sophie waving and a sunglasses emoji. A cool emoji. Ian says hi to Dave Matt. Sophie says hi, Dave Matt. Ed Hughes says, hey, Geordie Dave. Dee says evening, Mr. Campbell. And Dee says evening, Sophie. Dee says evening to Gillian. And Ethel says evening to the Owl.
Well done, Horlixs.
There we go. Some chat. Right. Well, I haven't even got my glue out. That's no good.
Hey, it's good when there's lots of chat.
Yeah. Oh, literally, I was exhausted. Work today was mental. So many orders after the bank holiday.
Yeah.
And we're getting busier and busier, which is good for the company, but not for us when there's only a couple of us doing it. Hopefully,
Then definitely need to hire new staff at your place.
Oh yeah, the problem is we are really busy on bank holidays, but then sort of out of when in between seasons we're not that busy. So I get why they don't, but it's just we need a helping hand. Even if it's temps or something, but they just I don't know.
Around here, we have a company called Stafflex. And basically it says what it says on the tin. It's part-time workers who they just fill in temp jobs.
Right. So
companies go to them and say, right, I need somebody for say 2 months around Christmas. And it's temporary. And then what the company does is then provides that company with that person. And then the company pays the wage to Stafflex, who then pay the person that's on their books that's been working. So
yeah, we did try. We have done that. Like, but the problem is they pay. It's quite expensive for them, I think, and I think that's the reason they don't do it.
Trouble is, though, it's better than nearly exhausting all your staff.
Yeah. What we got here? Panzer says hi to Sophie. Panzer says hi to Ethel. Ian says hi, Ethel. Panzer says evening, everyone. Dee says Not for the one doing the chat, Mark. They don't get much done.
No.
Yeah. Dave Max says, Mark, I found the missing hex screw. It was in with the CM screws. Don't know how that happened, as it was sealed.
No, I did see your video, Dave Mac, and I was like, what the heck? How did something like that end up in there?
Oh, weird. And then Sophie says, meow panzer.
It's like, what the heck is... Yeah. Strange places to find things.
How are you supposed to get that in there then?
Wouldn't mind, but that is definitely not in the bag it should have been in. Why is it in with the screws? But then it's World of Partworks, isn't it? It could happen to anything.
Yeah. Right, Mark, got a question for you. I'm confused.
Right, go on.
Step 11.
Right, let me put you on big so I can see properly.
It says to put this D34 in the slot.
Right.
I don't know if you can remember when you did yours here.
Yeah.
Did you have the D34 label? Oh, it's all right. Ignore that. Didn't know, because if you put that in there, you can still see the D34, and I wondered if you could still see it. But it's actually printed on both sides, so I can do it upside down.
Yeah.
But then does it just sit over the top of that? Or do you have to put it in from underneath? It's all a bit strange. It'd be better if it was up. I don't know. It doesn't make it quite clear. It does show it on top, but
I've got a sneaky suspicion. Yes, it sits like that. Is it like bending upwards?
Yeah, slightly.
Show me the instruction again.
Looks like it on there.
Yes, it does. It sits on top.
Okay. Good to check, because I know you've already done it, so...
Yeah. Right. Find something to put some... tiny bit of... I need something to put a tiny bit of glue on to...
The cocktail stick.
Well, no, I need to then get a brush and dip that in the glue that I put out, like a glue pot.
Ah, I see.
Let's see what's in bin. In recycle bin. Ah, that'll do. I just don't need a lot of glue, so there's no point sacrificing something. A bit of chat. Geordie Dave says, usually expensive for agency staff. They were quite well known and quite reasonable from what I remember. Dave Builds says, I've no idea, Mark, but at least I got that issue done. It was stuck at the bottom of the bag. Good thing I checked it. Yeah. Panzer says, because it fancied a screw, question mark. And D says, check further ahead in the instructions, Alex, for the stage where pieces fit around it.
Yeah. It's sort of... Oh, yeah, it's all right, yeah, because I can see...
The car version, which I'd finished of them, ended up giving to my youngest son.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he's into cars. He's training to be a mechanic, so... And he collects model cars. So it's only fitting that it really went to him.
Yeah.
I've kept the train, though. That's in here. So come this summer, I've been in this room a year and it really doesn't seem like it.
No, it doesn't actually. That was... I'm just struggling to get this all lined up at the minute.
But eldest might be coming home for a short period after he's graduated uni.
Yeah.
Because he's got to be out on the 31st of July of his currently where he's staying. And he doesn't graduate until the 21st of July. And then obviously his employers will want to see his his grades. And basically, yeah, there might be a short period while he has to come back here for a bit. But he just said, I'll crash on the sofa. I said, oh, some sofa surfing then. Right, so that's got that in. Right. Need to let that dry.
Well, that bit was harder than I expected.
Is that the bit where you have to put in the cover?
Yeah.
The outer casing.
Yeah, the that bit.
Yeah.
Trying to line up the three.
No, they're all working. Excellent.
Just got to hold this now.
A bit of chat. So the owl says, I tell you something about myself. I'm 57 years old and I've been a modeler since I was a child. I build planes, tanks, figures and sci-fi. It's a pleasure to see you and to be here. Well, thank you very much and welcome.
Yes, thank you.
Welcome. It's a lovely community. And he says, at the owl, just like the rest of us. Yeah.
There is quite a few of us that are modelers. Like we've got Dave here. We've got Geordie Dave, who's not with us today because some internet issues, but he's normally with us. And there's a whole community, and you'll find all the links to our other channels in the description. So if you did want to check out any of our stuff, then you can have a look there. We do a lot of Partwork models, so that's where we started really. a bit like what Mark's working on now. And I started off doing the bus I've done the Routemaster model online, which I'll show you if you haven't seen it. It's behind me on the shelf here. 1/12 scale Routemaster. Dave down here has done, I've lost count now.
Oh, hang on, right, hang on.
4, 5.
No, hang on, let's count. So he did the East Yorkshire, Chili Beer, the Red Routemaster, the Blue Master, and he also did an exact one for Agora. He's done the Open Topper, and he's got one more to go. Am I correct, Dave? Thumbs up if I am. We're all waiting.
7.
Yeah.
But I'm a bit of a technical geek as well, so I've done. I might as well show it off again. They're not for sale anymore. I have actually had a request to do another one, but I need to.
I mean, I'll put you on big for this one.
I need to get under the bed and see what components I've got left. Oh, my phone's starting up. Yeah, so obviously the bus itself, it all lights up and stuff, but you have to like push buttons in the cab and everything. So it took me the best part of a year. I made some circuit boards and electronics for it. And then I've made an app. So I can search for the Routemaster there and connect to it. And then that's all connected now. So now I can sit here and push the phone and it turns my bus on for me. So yeah, that was sold as a kit for a little while. And you can turn things on and off individually. So you can do like, if I just want the destination blinds on, I can do that. Or just the interior lights on their own. And then the cab, you just about see the cab lighting up there. And my model, because mine was the original, it hasn't got the bell, but on the final release, if you push the bell, it would ding the bus, but I haven't done that yet. So yeah. Mark's very much similar to me, like on some things, like that's it. We tinker with electronics and stuff.
Oh yes.
It's like my plastic models. I've done some. Me and Dave, we've done some plastic models of the Bedford builds. And I don't know if you'll see this either. Like on the shelf, one of the headlights is gone, but I put a code, some Arduino, and make them light up. The dashboard lights up, and I've added like a flashing beacon on the back because it's a recovery wrecker. That one is a bit different. I can actually bring that over. Bearing in mind, I'm not really that experienced with plastic models, but I've been enjoying it. I don't know if this has got any charge in it, but this one I've amended a bit differently. So it's got circuit board in the bottom. And then it's got like a battery in it. And then I've added a USB port just in there. So I can charge this up. And oh, it is working. So you can turn all the lights on. That was the dashboard I lit up. You can just see in there. And then obviously the rear lights as well. And then if you select option 1, it's like a touch sensitive model. So if I tap the truck, the lights go off and they go to different brightnesses. So yeah, just a bit of fun. I like to just take things a bit further and play with electronics. So, but yeah, it's rechargeable. So if I want to ever go to any place or show anyone or take it anywhere, the other one on the shelf is actually powered by USB. And then Lindsey's Builds, who comes on, he kindly sent me some real wood to deck the back out, just to give it that bit more. But yeah, really enjoy doing these with Dave and that. We've got one more to do in the series, but we're just having a bit of break from them because we've done this one and the other one, and they're very similar build-wise, so we're just having a bit of a break before we start. I've got one more, which is the fuel truck. But yeah.
I mustn't get into trouble though. Christine built the Shilly beer, but Dave painted it. So I'll get into trouble with Christine.
Yeah, no, the bus was an amazing build. Actually, I really enjoyed it, and the house is nice models. I'm just jumping forward. Do you use Arduino or no, I use Arduino. I used Arduino to code the bus side, which I then turned into a circuit board, which I had printed. And then I just soldered the components on for the Bluetooth kit. But all those other models, yeah, it's just like mini Arduinos, nano ones I use for those models. So yeah, I enjoy playing with it and messing with the code, and so I'm all self-taught. I did have like Todd, who pops in. He's from the American side. He's over the pond. Marvel Phoenix, he's an absolute master when it comes to Arduino and electronics. Like, just look at his ship, his Enterprise. Honestly, you've never seen anything like it. And he helped me a lot with the app side of it, because that was all new to me. So we managed to get a basic app working. But yeah, we just all help each other out and stuff, and we've all got our expertise, which is what's good about the community, isn't it? Because everyone is, a bit better at certain fields, and all together we can come together and ask each other questions. And Ed Hughes says, agreed, yeah, 70 plus and enjoying every minute of modelling and interaction with the community. D says, light it up, Alex, if you can. Yeah, just did that. That's cool. The Owl says, thank you for the welcome. No worries.
No, it's fine.
It's we welcome everyone and anyone, and it's just like, it's a safe community, and yeah, we enjoy meeting new people as well. So, but yeah, thank you for coming along. Geordie Dave says, hi, the Owl. Yeah, so Geordie's normally on this show. Was just having some problems with his internet at the moment, so he'll be back. Should be next week. Dave Mack says hi to Geordie. Mark's Hobby says hi to the Owl. Geordie Dave says hi, Dave Mack. Just switched from Horlixs to Horlixs channel. Thank you for jumping around. Ed Hughes says the Routemeister is an epic build, one of the best builds I've done. Yeah, I agree. It's my favourite as well, actually. It was trying. So, as Dave knows, there's some really hard parts, but not anything it's, too worrying. But the only one that springs to mind, excuse the pun, is the springs on the suspension at the front. They were a nightmare to try and, because they were under so much tension and trying to get them screws in. And then like a few weeks later, you have to undo the screws again.
Yeah, but we found the reason for that, wasn't it? It was to it was to soften the springs, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah, because it wasn't too bad putting it back on after you left them on there for so many years.
Yeah.
Geordie says, me too on that, Ed. Yeah, Geordie, you haven't done your Bluetooth kit yet, have you? I've got Geordie. Geordie's got one of my mods to do. There's a few in the community, like a lot of them bought them. There's Steve Owen, he's got one, and unfortunately he can't light his up because he's got it in a nice display case. He's got it's in a Perspex box, I think, or fish tank, I think he said, like a glass case.
Fish tank, he said.
Yeah, and he can't turn the lights on and off without messing around getting in. So he's got one of my kits as well to put in. I don't know whether he's done his yet or not. I think it's time because obviously he's working. But then he'll be able to turn his look. That's the whole idea of it. Like you can turn them on and off, without too much hassle. And actually, the remote feature was Mark's fault, wasn't it? Really.
I just made a comment.
Made a passing comment, and of course I was like, "Well, challenge accepted." Because originally it started off with buttons on the base just to make it easier, and then that happened. So Mark says hi to Geordie. Athel says, come on, Butler, get that bus out. Yeah, I love on the buses. Geordie Dave says hi to Mark. Panzer says, I once tinkered with electronics. I burnt my whiskers. Yeah, we've had a fair share of blowing things up, blowing LEDs up and stuff. Geordie, welcome to the quiet side.
You only learn by your mistakes.
Yeah, you do. Panzer says hi to Geordie. The Owl says nice models, thank you. Geordie Dave says hi to Ian Panzer. Geordie Dave says my internet been down since Friday, waiting for BT to fix the problem on the outside box. Okay. Go for it's here, says hello. So hello, go for it.
I go for it.
And it looks like he's done some channel hopping, so thank you very much for that. Ed Hughes says hi, go for it. D says hi, go for it. Dave Mack says evening, go for it. Panzer says, okay, folks, time for me to go do my thing. Have a great stream. Thank you, Panzer.
Yeah, he's live on Primetime Modeling.
Right. Geordie Day says hi, go for it. Athel says hello, go for it. The Owl says Arduino is easier to connect with just about anything. Yeah. The Owl says I have a lot of lag. D says the Owl, leave the page and come back in. Go for it says hi to Athel, hi to Sophie, hi to Ed Hughes, hi to D, hi to Dave Mack, hi to Geordie Dave, hi to Athel, hi to Ian. Geordie says not yet, probably be in the winter months I will do it. Horlixs. Yeah, that's cool. Maybe do it on a show. We can do it on a show. If you need hands with it or anything. The Owl says, thank you, D. It's because of the bad connection here.
Well,
right.
You did blow up a circuit board for the Routemeister, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
And that's how you learn.
Actually, that wasn't all my fault. that was between me and Ian. But I think it was like miscommunication. Well, because of some models are really strange, like they use backwards. Like you have a normal battery box that's got positive and negative in a standard way, and some models decide they're going to switch it, and that was all it was down to. But it was quickly resolved, sorted, and yeah. Someone's got to test it, haven't they?
Well, yeah.
Oh, that's right. And then that was the actual real Rootmaster circuit boards that blew up. And then I've also got another one. And then, yeah, are you referring to one of my mods? I did one because I always test them before they go out. I used to ship them, obviously. I used to test them. And I did one, and for some reason, it let out a load of magic smoke. But I don't actually know to this day what it was. I think it was a faulty component. Because it couldn't have been a wiring issue because the circuit boards are fine. So I think it was just a dodgy component on that particular one.
Yeah, I thought you blew one because you were helping with the power mod for it, and the current was wrong.
Yeah, that was the other one. It was just the polarity was wrong.
Yeah.
But that's why, yeah, I tested it before they went out. So
this Enterprise D uses reverse polarity on all its LEDs.
Well, yeah, that's that prime example. Like, because the same with the Rootmaster, I'm sure the battery pack's backwards, and it's just like, yeah, some of them they're a bit different. C25. I better get some of this modelling done because I haven't done a lot apart from put the top on.
It's all right. When Geordie comes in, we can get him to do the chat.
Why are you supposed to put that in there now then? Oh, like that. It's all right. Panic over. We've got a nozzle clog.
Oh, I hate it when that happens.
It's great glue, but it literally goes off in minutes.
Mm.
I'll do that afterwards. Right. Let's get that up there. These aren't necessary to glue, but
Just testing to see if anybody can hear me yet.
We can hear you.
No.
Can you hear us?
Oh, I'll message you again. Yeah, we can hear you.
No, No, I can't hear you through the computer, only through the telly. So.
Oh, yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you absolutely fine.
It's just you can't hear us. Mm.
Okay, so
Look, I can say we all met each other through lockdown, didn't we?
yeah. I'm a bit confused. What's the tool for?
You find out later on in one of the instructions they tell you.
Yeah, it's here. It just says it's just got it in the side, but oh, so there's me struggling
And as they use the tool for it.
to hook the parts to pull them towards the thing.
Yeah.
That's clever. Well, I did it hardcore. I didn't use the tool, but
Pretty ingenious though, isn't it? To do
Yeah.
a tool like that for it. I better not tell you now, but the tender has a little box that you can access in it where you could put an Arduino
oh, is it?
and battery box. Yeah. Get mine down. So you could literally light it, but back here, there's a little thing where you can either put coal in it or you could put electronics in it.
Wow. That's me going to be doing some research then, because I want to have a smoker. Smoker, Smoky Joe. Oh, come on.
Okay. The owl says, a question is Enterprise D, a kit or 3D print? This is a kit I'm doing from, it's a Partwork, so I do issues every week, and it's from Fan Home, this, but you can get 3D prints of it and other different kits. Geordie says, beyond about 8:30, as I don't want to use up all my data, as have to hotspot from my phone. Okay, no problem, Geordie. Ed Hughes says, hello to Dave. Geordie Dave says, yes, Dave, loud and clear. And Geordie Dave says, has Dave tried plugging headphones in? Hughes says, hello to Dave. Geordie Dave says, yes, Dave, loud and
Yeah, that'd be cool. Could add lights.
yeah.
I don't have any headphones, unfortunately.
Okay, Dave. Geordie says steam train had lights hanging on the front.
I think I've got some lighting units actually. I don't need Arduino. If I was just to do lights, you know, like what I used in the that model I just showed you with the tap feature.
The Bedford.
Yeah, I've got some more circuit boards to do that, so I could always add that in.
Mm.
I just need to find them. I'll just hoard them away, like.
I'm the same now. Now I've got my electronics area desk. I just hoard electrical components. The one thing I hoard most of all with electrical components is JST connectors.
Yeah.
The owl says there is no such kit here. Yeah, that's the only thing with Fan Home is they only supply to certain parts of the world.
I need to get a cotton bud. Oh.
But yeah, there's a possibility there is a storage area for electrics. So
Maybe it can be something for the future. I'll pick up again later on down the line. We get time. Well, what can I do? Oh, let's stick some electronics in that.
you can make a live show out of it, Alex, at least.
Yeah. Yeah, I do miss doing a bit of code.
What you could do when you finish is you could 3D print some rails for it to go on.
Yeah. I'm no good at designing though. It's a problem.
Just get a standard file off Tinkercad and just adjust it to the correct size.
I thought about doing like a little printing business. I don't know how easy it'd be to do, but I had this great idea that have like a website and then people can upload their STL files to the website.
Yes. And you print them for them. Right, yeah.
Calculates how much it'll be, right, based on, I don't know if it's clever enough to work out the size of the file and how much. That's probably a bit in depth, and then like doing something like that. But
well, no, because most resin printer software will tell you approximately how much resin the model's going to take. So you can then account how much a bottle of resin is to how much you're going to need of it.
Yeah. Well, it was more of a case of an automatic thing. So they upload the file on the website and then it will instantly come up with a quote. Then they pay. But I guess there'd be some clever tech involved in that.
Well, there was a company, and it was in America, which you could do that, and that was Shapeways.
Right.
They also had a catalogue where designers would post their stuff, and they would give a percentage of every sale to the designers. But the only problem with Shapeways was the shipping cost to the UK was atrocious. And I did buy something from Shapeways when they had free delivery service on. I'm like, well, if they're having that offer on, then I'm ordering from them. Unfortunately, they're no longer around. But Todd, he had quite a few bits for his enterprise printed on Shapeways. Sorry, just catch up. Catch up with this chat. Geordie says they were metal lanterns which hung on the front and rear of trains. Ed Hughes says, that's me for the evening. Gotta go to shop before closes. Okay, night, Ed. Thank you for coming.
Night, Ed.
Geordie Dave says, night, Ed. D. Harris says, night, Ed. And D. Harris says, Mark, Alex, what about another Arduino show in the future? Enjoyed the last time. Possible.
Yeah, we'd have to.
It's possible. Never say never, but I've forgotten most of the stuff I learned.
It's one of them, though, isn't it? Like, you start it and then it all comes flooding back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it worked quite well because you started it off mainly, didn't you, with the code, and then while you were doing that, I was in the background working out how to change it.
You were like, right. Let's take it to another level, and that's when I did the dare with the Bluetooth mod. Well, I said, could you like your bus up remote control? Just as a comment, and you went away and did it.
Yeah. Notice the pattern facing out, the groove facing up.
And then Ian said, can you do it via Bluetooth? It was quite funny because I remember you were like, I know this can be done. I know I can do it.
Yeah, it was really hard. Do you know what? It wasn't that was the least of my worries. My worry was how I was going to get it in a kit that was easy for, average Joe to install it. That was my biggest problem.
I'm just going to let that dry.
But then I worked out how to do it, and then it was all good. But it was quite funny because, believe it or not, one of the most time-consuming parts of doing it was making the wiring harness for them. And
well, you completely designed the circuit board from scratch.
Yeah, that took a while, but once that was done, that's the easy part because I just send off for them. I've got the files and I'll just get them printed. But it was the wiring harness. I remember going to some suppliers because I really wanted to sort of buy the harnesses ready done. And all the factories I spoke to, it really wound me up. They're obviously in China and stuff, and they're like questioning why I wanted harnesses like that. I said, it doesn't matter. That's what I want. And they're like, well, that doesn't work. How's that going to work? And they're arguing. I'm like, no, it does work. It's what I want. Can you make them or not? And a lot of them were sort of arguing the fact that it was a pointless harness. And it's just because of the language barrier as well. It was really hard to try. Not that I needed to explain myself.
Well, no.
So I thought, so I ended up just making them myself.
Maybe it was the Chinese trying to gain technology.
Yeah.
Something they could market and earn off.
I'm like, I don't question what I'm doing. Like,
Yeah,
pay
I'm
the
willing to
money.
pay. Just make the harnesses.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it was them, maybe just trying to be cautious. They didn't want me to spend a load of money on something that they thought wouldn't work. But
I think it'd be more doing something that would not benefit the world. Put it into layman's terms, because we can't say anything else we'll get warnings off YouTube. But no, I mean, I've benefited from some of your advice. I started soldering. Now I absolutely flipping love it.
yeah, it's good and it's handy as well to know, really, isn't it? Because
before
some of these models that are, the wiring's a bit weak, isn't it?
You know, before, if something needed soldering, I would dread it. I was the world's worst solderer, to the point I once picked up a soldering iron with my bare hands while hot.
Oh.
Well, I picked it up and went, what smells so good? Oh, God, me. But then you got that variable temperature one, and I got one similar. I learnt about tinning and everything, and yeah, I love soldering now. Dave's just dropped for some reason, saying device is not connected.
No.
Oh, great. So yeah, I love soldering now. Wonder if his camera's gone down. So yeah, I love soldering now.
I'm back.
Oh, he's back.
Can you hear us now?
I don't think he can hear us because he's still muted, but yeah.
No, I can't.
Dave McBill says, night, Ed. D. Harris says, I know what you say, Mark, and agree. Companies wondering why small-scale wiring hands
No, I can only hear you on the telly.
Needing made, not knowing the person's background. Yeah.
It's because the main reason for it is because I wanted a harness that had a male and a female JST connector soldered to it.
Yeah.
And they're like, what do you want that for? But it's acting as a pass-through so that you can still use the bus as intended, because I didn't want to take away the fact that you could push all the buttons inside the cab if you wanted to.
I know exactly what you mean, because I'm doing the same with the Enterprise D. I still want to be able to run it on batteries, but also have mains power through.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I'm doing with this. But say if I want to take it to a show or something, then I've still got the option of battery power.
Yeah.
Well, let's see what this thing looks like. Spent an evening just putting in a little red bit just to check to see, because I can't wait for my clear acrylic red to come through. Yep, that's going to work. Yeah. I bet you never thought you'd find somebody who loved electrical tape as much as you did, Alex.
No.
Mark's Hobby says, I'm doing Back to the Future issue 100. Oh, what was issue 100?
It wasn't the dashboard wiring.
That is Back to the Future DeLorean is up there with one of my favourite builds. Let me do issue 100. I love the Back to the Future DeLorean build. I didn't like it when Eagle Moss went bust while I was building it, but at least I got to finish it. You did the original, didn't you, Horlixs, from Eagle Moss?
Yeah. It's about the time I started streaming. I did issue 1 through to 7, and then I decided, oh, I want to stream this. So that's how I started.
Ah, cable and wires, front left side. Mark's Hobby says, don't forget the thumbs up. Yes, please. The more thumbs we get, the more it pushes it to recommend to people. Helps the algorithm, as they say. Right. Time to switch on hot glue gun. Might like this, Horlixs. This is a desktop flux capacitor.
Oh, yeah.
Push your button at the top.
That's cool.
Press it again, it kills the sound.
Yeah, it's pretty nifty.
Just runs off batteries, but you can convert it.
Where's that from?
Amazon. I think it was a tenner. Just something to have on your desk. So I have it on my electronics bay. Geordie Dave said you would love the Nissan Skyline, Alex. Loads of electrics. Yeah.
Yeah. It's one of those builds I fancied doing, but
Were you doing the camper at the time and you just couldn't afford it?
not so much the affording. I probably could have done it because the other build had finished, but it's space.
Mm.
Bit like the Titanic, you know, I would have liked to have done that, but
Hands down, I think for electronics, R2D2. That had everything with it.
yeah, that was good fun, that.
My worst build would probably be the Rossi. That was just a nightmare. I still don't touch that thing in case some of it breaks off.
Yeah.
Yeah, Geordie says, yeah, agree, Mark. Yeah. Thing with the R2D2 is there was nothing on the market what it could do. It just needed very strange batteries.
Yeah.
Definitely something to invest in, Horlixs, if you get back into doing electronics again, is a heat gun.
Yeah, I did have one. Actually, I have got one.
Ah.
I don't know where it is, mine. think it's in the shed.
Right. Oh, look, it just says not using lighters. Right. Let's hot glue this LED in. Yeah, Geordie Dave's put, like the Eddie truck, but trailer spoilt it. One thing I hate about using hot glue is the stringy bits you get off of it. It's like spider's web. Right, let that dry. I don't think I'm going to have to get round to the light blocking tonight. Okay, Danno Builds says, I'm going to say good night, guys. It's been a great stream, as always. I'll catch up tomorrow night all in chat. Good night, Dave Mac.
Night, Dave.
Okay, D. Harris says night, Dave. And Athol says night, Dave Mac. Sleep tight. Right. Oh, that's worked out well. Just need to sand it slightly and then paint some light blocking on it. Perfect. Yeah. Here comes Geordie.
Oh yeah,
Hi, Geordie.
All right.
yeah, not too bad. I might be a bit slow because, as I say, I'm hotspotting off my phone.
Oh, that's fine. But it's been killing you having no internet over the bank holiday weekend.
Oh, aye, it's Thursday when they're coming.
Gets me is they're never quick to fix it.
No, but they're quick to turn you off if you didn't pay them.
I've had that EE now about 3 months. Never had to switch and reset the router.
So what do you think of EE?
Sorry?
What do you think of EE?
Love it. Absolutely love it.
Because my Sky's finished in November, so I'm cancelling the TV package. And if they walk right over the internet, I'll just go over EE.
I absolutely love EE. Does everything I want. And like I said, we have not had any dropouts or anything. No problem since it was installed.
Got to think this is not really Sky's fault. It's a problem with the box outside.
Mm.
So I can't sort of blame Sky for it. But they did when I rang up, said somebody should be out by Tuesday. Then I got an email saying that the BT can't come out with Thursday.
Yeah.
So
No, I love EE. I wish we'd have switched sooner.
yeah, but you are Virgin and that's faster.
Nope, EE's faster. They updated all, well, before we moved in, they upgraded all the lines to City Fibre, which is like BT and all that. So we went that, and it's quicker than Virgin. Virgin are no longer the quickest on the market.
You know, they were here when we, not long after we moved in here, doing something with the lines, putting the fibre in, but we've had nothing about it, nothing more. It's all been it. It's all put thingy and thingy over. But we've never heard anything whether it's connected or not.
Best thing to do is to put your postcode into like EE, and they'll check what your line can handle.
Will it? Well, once I get the line up, I'll do that.
Okay, a bit of chat. Oh, we've got David Bassett in who says, "Evening, Mark, Sir Dave, and Alex, plus everyone in chat." Good evening, David.
Hi.
And then David says, "Evening, Geordie Dave, Dave Matt Builds, and D Harris." D Harris says, "Evening, David Bassett." And David Bassett says, "Are you still building your B-type bus, Sir Dave?" You'll have to wait for a thumbs up or a microphone saying yeah.
That's a yes.
And Mark, I can't read the chat out for you because I don't have
Yeah, still the B-type bus, David. Hi, Geordie.
Hi, dear.
Geordie, I was joking.
Yeah, because when you bring it this way, I've got no chat.
I was joking.
I would have read it out for you if I could have, but I can't. I can't even see any chat at all, not even down the side.
David Bassett has put his thumbs up.
Hello, Mr. Bassett.
David came in on my Sunday show, and I'm like, God, I hadn't seen David Bassett around for a while.
I'll be watching your mate building the Dalek.
Kev.
Aye.
That mutant is freaky.
He's got two of them, hasn't he?
Yep. You know, if it was something I was into, I probably would do the same. I would buy two. One in the model and one to display.
So what
But
Johnny?
thank goodness I'm not into Doctor Who.
I might lose bits and pieces of your conversation because this keeps flashing on and off.
Okay. Athel says, "Oh, that is where my old lounge wallpaper ended up. It's at Geordie Dave's."
If I go that side, you'll see some of my vehicles on that wall. And if I go that way, you'll see some more on there.
Well, take us on a tour if I put you full screen.
Why? What do you mean? Tour of my sitting room, no?
No, tour of your cabinets.
Let's have a look.
Your cabinets.
Right. Let's see if I can get it in. It's getting it in now, isn't it? Can you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my buses. Right. There's my dog. That's my little patch show I used to have years ago.
Oh.
And that's me wagons and cars.
Nice. Right. David Bassett says, been helping my ex-wife move to Northampton to be nearer our grown-up kids and their doggies.
I wouldn't go anywhere near my ex-wife.
I don't have an ex-wife.
What? I got married in 84. Kevin was born 85 and we're divorced in 86. Then I met Gillian in 90. And we've been together 30 odd years now. Well, we got married in 94. And we've been married 31 years now.
Athel says, never mind, never been married, though came close twice, so no alimony and can please myself what I do, when and where.
Well, I could be the dryer, it's dried as well, so it's got a cool hood.
Oh, did you get your new dryer?
New washer dryer, yeah. Went in on Friday, they get it, and they got delivered on Sunday. I would have had a separate dryer, but there isn't room in it. This kitchen's tiny compared to where we used to live.
I'm going to say we've just bought a new dryer.
This is a washer dryer.
As well, it's a separate dryer, but it's a condenser dryer. Because I really did not fancy drilling a hole in the wall.
This is a condenser dryer, but because it's a washing machine as well, all the water just goes straight out the same way as the washing machine.
Yeah, it'll pump it out.
Yeah, same as what we've got now.
I was never keen on combined units, but got them here. Just I've got them. But I've got I've made sure I've got a warranty on it, so I'll keep the warranty up to date. So if it goes wrong,
I think they've got a lot better than they used to be. They never used to dry properly, but it's definitely. We've got one here, obviously, in shared house, and it gets used daily, and it's spot on.
David Bassett says, also have been to a few bus running days too, at Winchester, Rickmansworth, etc., and to the East Grinstead bus running day to see Pete and his buses. This time his friends won RM 1009. Dave said no more than that about that one.
There must have some bus running days doing the south that I've known up here like that. Metro Centre once a year, that's it. And that's been and gone.
The weather's awful down here. It's like a bleak winter's day at the moment out there. It's blowing a gale. raining.
It's been raining here today, but tonight it's turned out nice and fine. It's lovely up here. The wind's dropped and it's just like a nice summer's evening out there. But it's been off and on rain all day, and the wind was up this morning, but it's dropped. But they say we're going to get it back in Thursday. Tomorrow it's supposed to be a bit like the day, on and off showers. But it's warm up here. It's about 70. It's been about 17 degrees during the day.
Right. I'll go around the benches. It's like 10 to 9.
Don't go to me.
Well, I know. So I'll come to you, Horlixs.
So yeah, it's coming along quite nicely. On this side.
Oh wow, you've got a lot done tonight.
And yeah, I'm just working on the other side, and then I'll be done for tonight. So that I should have this done by 9, hopefully. And yeah, I'll let all that dry. I had a bit of an accident with that. I'm trying to let it glue, but it doesn't want to.
Is there another one? Because sometimes there's quite a lot of spares they give you.
Yeah, I did have a look, and I couldn't see one. I got it caught. It'll be all right when the glue sets. It's tacky glue, so it's just keeping it in the right place until it sets.
Well, on a train, on the front, above the bumpers, in the corners of the boiler, till the lights used to fit on there. They were like 2 little lanterns fitted on the front, above the bumpers. 2 little lanterns used to sit on there. And then on the back of the train, I used to hang a one.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go over to Dave. I think he's progressed quite a bit tonight as well. From looking what he's been doing.
I'm not sure he's
looking what he's been doing.
Yeah, I've this might be a bit delayed because something wrong with my computer, but never mind. So I've got all the handrails on the backs of the seats, and I've got the handrail along the front here and down this side, and then I've got handrail back here, and I'm just going to be working on the rear stairs next time. So yeah, I've done quite a bit actually.
Yeah, looks like it.
Yeah, that's really good.
Okay, myself. Well, I have been working, but I've installed the LED now for the torpedo tube. I put like a red lens on there because it was like an orange red when they fired. I'm going to paint this bit of hot glue here just to light block, make sure no light escapes from the LED, and then I'm going to sort out these wires because the tape they give you to wire tidy is absolutely atrociously bad. So I'm going to probably hot glue the wires down, and yeah, that's that done. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to do any light blocking on the other piece because I've been doing all this tonight. So yeah, that is me.
Is that for the Enterprise?
Yeah. David Bassett says, Alex, what do you think of Universal Studios' plans to build a theme park near Bedford?
I'm super excited, and I'll be getting a season pass, and I'll be there on the first day.
You're going to do knock on your mailing pass and just get a Universal pass?
I think so.
Athel says, lovely up here in the northeast. Was showery earlier, but it's been 15 degrees C.
Honestly, it's like a horrible, dark winter's mid-December day out there. It's freezing cold. The rain is just mad. And it's just not letting up.
Yeah.
Well, it's a good time you ended that could be good. It's always this end.
Yeah.
David Bassett says, been like November here. Roads were flooded in places, and road near me closed for a week because of the HS2. It's a mess. I were actually watching a video on YouTube about the HS2 and the amount of demolition work on like properties they've had to do to install it. And it's unbelievable what they've done. You know, some really nice houses they've just demolished for a train line.
Aye. Which isn't getting finished.
And it only links Birmingham to London.
Yeah.
It was supposed to go all the way up to Leeds, but nope.
Should never went off in the first place. Cost too much money. Actually, told the government for you.
So I think I'm going to tidy up. There's no point starting doing any painting. The light block it. And I'll chill out for the last 5 minutes or so.
And hopefully I'm back next week.
Fingers crossed.
But unfortunately, the week after I won't be because I'm at work. Because Paul's on holiday, so I've got to pick up some more night shifts. He's trying to put us doing for the 17th as well, and I says, no, I'm not doing Tuesdays in a row. Sorry. You can find somebody else for
that. David Bassett says, it's so sad so many of the old great Central Railway bridges are now being obliterated as they are in the path of the HS2 through North Buckinghamshire, Northamptonshire, etc. Yeah, that's what I saw in that video.
You know, I had, before Beecham came and destroyed the bloody railways, we had a brilliant network. You wouldn't have needed HS2. Up here, they've opened an old line from Newcastle up to Ashington. That was an old line up through Bedlington and all that. But they were lucky the track was left out because there was a power station at Blythe, so the track used to service that. But they built a new station at Bedlington and that. So that's an old line that's just been renewed and reopened. And yeah, there's a lot of places trying to reopen these old branch lines, which have been closed.
Oh, that's good. My next pack of Darth Vader's been generated. I'll be pack 4. Cool.
Yeah, Rob's next pack of Nissan's been generated. It's going to be about between the 10th and the 13th. I've got a Nissan video sitting on the computer to go out just what they could do, and I never got it out.
Mm.
I'll go to allotment on the rest, so I'll probably do an update on the allotment because there's some big changes happening now down there. Danno there tomorrow because he's off for 2 days. Has he contacted you for doing another show?
Who?
Has he contacted you, Mark, for doing another show on his
Who's that?
Danno?
Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday at 7. David Bassett says Dr. Beeching was instructed to do that by the Minister of Transport, Ernest Marples, who had a vested interest in the road building industry, wiped out the railways in Devon and Cornwall.
And now the railways are getting renationalised. The government are taking them over again.
Yeah, because the private companies are absolutely atrocious.
Yeah, but the first day of running, it was a Southern Rail.
Right, well, I'm going to go cameras up.
Some Western Rail or something like that. That's just been broken under nationalisation. The first running day, that's what buses on.
It's been a good night tonight, apart from Dave's technical problems.
Yeah, my technical problems. Not being able to get on. So my little camper's still sitting there.
Told you need to feed your hamster.
I should get one of them, what Dave got for Christmas, one of them internet things.
Sorry about my technical problems.
Don't worry, Dave. It happens. You've been here.
I should get one of them. Is it Rocker or Rocco things? What Dave got for Christmas, where you can have the internet anywhere.
Nearly done. I've messed up very slightly.
My computer's telling me to restart it all the time, so as soon as we've gone off here, I'll restart it.
Okay, no problem, Dave.
Might be driver problems. When it started over, it hasn't loaded all the drivers.
On Amazon, you can get a mini Wi-Fi mobile broadband for $34.99, and it's pay as you go. David Bassett says, yes, first one was taken over on Saturday. My local Cheltenham Railway are due to be renationalised in 2026. It's when the franchises come up for renewal.
Well, this one that I advertised on YouTube before Christmas, it's really £80 odd. I've shot the one Dave's got. It's supposed to be really good. I was going to get it for the allotment. I should have went and got it. I could have had it. Fuck yeah, when this is like this. Because as I say, I'm using the data on my phone, and every so often, news are flashing on and off, and then I lose what you see.
And David Bassett says, the lesser spotted Geordie cuckoo.
Yeah. Actually, I was thinking of building. Is it Rocro that builds these wooden models?
Yeah.
They've got a cuckoo clock. I was thinking of building one. Then I'll have two going.
Does it actually cuckoo though?
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's not cheap, mind you.
David Bassett says, I've missed that. LOL.
It's not cheap. I think it's about 50 or 60 quid. But as I say, it works and all that, and it's got the cuckoo that comes out and makes the noise. Then I'll have two going off. We've had that one for years. Must be at least 20 years old, that cuckoo clock.
Are you right, Alex?
Yeah, all good now. Just going to put this bit back on. And then that can all dry. For next week. So yeah, there we go.
Fantastic.
Just wants to get the wheels on. Yeah, I messed up. It was a bit confusing because this wasn't fitting right. And I put one too many things on this side rather than that side. So it was all a bit skewy, but no, that's yeah, it's really good kit, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I was in Mankind today and I had the book nook set for 40 quid.
Yeah. Right.
There was a trade one called Time Traveller.
Well, I think that's it for tonight. Thank you, everybody, for coming along in the chat. I've really enjoyed myself tonight. Shame that Dave's got technical issues and Geordie Dave's got internet issues and Horlixs just before the live stream, you had issues and
Oh, my USB things just keep shutting
yeah,
off.
it's atrocious. But yeah, so yeah, good night, and I'll let these lots say their goodbyes.
Yeah, it's good night from me. And I will, see you no doubt next week. What's next week? Yeah, next week. Yeah. So yeah, that's it from me. Yeah. Have a good week, everyone, and see you soon.
Unfortunately, Dave can't say good night.
Good night from me. Sorry it's been short and sweet, but I should be back up and running properly next week.
Okay. Just last bits of chat. David Bassett says, great to see you all working on your individual progress. Still miss the Route Master builds, and I see Agora is ending the model soon. Yeah. D. Harris says, excellent show, gents. Until next time, a good night, hosts. And David Bassett says, good night, guys. So it's a good night from me, and we'll catch you all next week, guys. Bye.
And it's a good night from Dave.
Yeah.